Hi, this is Mrs. Zhu, and today we're working on our homework on page 119 in our notebook, and this is homework number 4. Make sure that you label your homework assignments so that when you do look back into the gradebook, in the gradebook it is labeled by numbers, homework number, so you can double check that very easily. We're going to start with the first question for tonight's homework. It gives us that a regular price item is $100 and it's discounted at a percentage of 27%. Okay, we are only needing to look for the discount. There are two methods that we can use. One is to use an equation. That's method 1. The second method is to use a proportion. And so whichever method you might prefer, you can use either or. What you are not allowed to do tonight for your homework is no calculators. If you want to just use it to check your answers, that's absolutely fine. But I want to see all your math work, meaning everything that you're multiplying, anything you're dividing, or decimals you're adding or subtracting. I really want you to practice that. Okay, so when we start with an equation, to find the discount price, I'm just going to say D and the dollar sign. We want to take the discount percent and multiply it with the original price. That will then give us the percent off of the original price, the OG price. Okay, that's what it means, and this is what we took in our notes today in class. So when I do that, to find the discount price, the discount percent here is 27%. Now the percentage off, we usually in an equation format, when we follow the math code, a percentage we always want to change to a decimal. So then we're going to change 27% to a decimal, which is going to give us 0.27. So then we're going to multiply our percentage off of the original. So of meaning the multiplication in our math code. So we're going to multiply with the $100. So given that, I'm going to take 0.27, multiply with 100. This is where I want to see your equations. I want to be able to see that you are multiplying those two numbers. This is your work, okay, without using a calculator, and then to show then that the discount price, the final answer is going to be $27. My decimal's in the correct place. I did the math over here and I put it in the correct place. Okay. The second method is to use a proportion. So you can choose to do it that way instead. We'll do it this way. A little space here. The proportion that you're going to use, actually let me go back to the equation. Here was the equation for that method. For proportion, we're going to have the percent over 100, and it's the discount percent, I'm sorry. The discount percent over 100, that's our ratio for the percentage. The ratio then we're going to have for the price. The discount price out of the original price. The original price representing the whole amount, the 100%, which is our whole. Remember that the proportions always refer to a part out of the whole. Okay? So, since I'm getting a 27% discount, I'm going to put 27 out of 100. The discount price, I don't know what it is, but I do know that the original price was $100. Okay, and you can see that in a proportion, this is really a direct relationship. The missing piece here, I mean, I could go ahead and cross multiply. Of course, this is a very obvious answer. X is definitely going to be $27. And so it has to be 27 because 27 over 100 has to equal 27 over 100. So my answer again is $27. Is actually the savings also known as your discount price. Yay. It's good to save $27. It's quite a bit. All right. And you're going to do that same thing for 5 and 6. Let's go down to the next problem. 10. Here, our regular price item is $180, regular price. We do get a nice 40% off, and we're looking for the sale price. So this is different than the first 3 questions that we did, because the first 3 questions is asking for the discount price. For the sale price, again, we can use method 1. Now, method 1 requires that we first find the discount price. So what we just did in problem number 4, we're going to do that here. So we're going to first find the discount price, and then later we can subtract it from the original. That will give us the sale price. So after we do that, so let's do that first. So our discount price is going to be our percent, our discount percent, times the original price. So I'm just going to use a few abbreviations here. D standing for discount, OG standing for original. That's going to give us the discounted price. So I'm going to take the 40%, which is just 40%. I'm going to multiply that with the $180. Now I want to change all percentages to decimals. So here we're doing a Dr. Pepper. So we're going to do 0.40, or just 0.4, we can drop the 0, times 180. So here I'm going to show my math. This is me showing my work. Times 0.4. Putting my decimal in the correct place. That should make sense. I'm going to get a $72 saving. And that's my discount price. Okay, that's not my answer, but that's going to then help me find. Okay, then secondly, we're going to subtract the discount price from the original price. Okay, so the sale price, now I can find the sale price. Now I can find the sale price by taking the original price minus the discount price. Okay, so there's 2 parts to this method. There's using this equation and then using the second equation. So my original price used to be $180. I'm going to subtract that, subtract $72 from it, which then is going to give me a final price of $108. And that's the price that I get to pay for that regular price item. Who knows what it is? I don't know what it is at all. It doesn't tell me in the problem. Maybe it's a Coach purse. I would like that. Maybe it's a little Coach purse. Coach. Okay. That's 10. Let me show you the second method we could do instead of having to do like 2 steps. The second method that you can use to find the sale price is to use just one equation. That one equation is going to be a simple subtraction of 100% minus your discount percent. What that means is when you subtract 100 minus your discount percent, that leftover percentage is actually the percentage you pay. So there's part of it that you save and there's part of it that you pay out of 100%. And then so we're going to then multiply that by the original price. So let me show you. So you only have to use one equation. And actually this can also become a proportion. I'll show that as well. So our sale price is now 100% minus the discounted 40%. Okay, meaning we're only going to pay for 60% of that item. Okay, we don't need to pay the full 100%. We get to save 40% of it. So we pay the 60%. So we pay 60% of it out of the original price of $180. So So if I go ahead and I multiply 60% of the 180, then I would take 0.6 and multiply it with 180. Again, over here on the side, I can multiply that. Okay, you'll see I get that number, putting the decimal here, giving me the final answer of a sale price as $108. That's the same thing that we got when we used the first method up here. We still got $108. That's what you get to pay out the door. Okay, if you want to use a proportion instead of the equation here, then that we would even do a third method, which I didn't cover in class for most of the periods today, but let me just briefly show that to you. In a proportion, okay, you're gonna have the sale percentage. Okay, this is a what you pay, okay, out of 100, equaling the sale price out of the OG price, the original price. So that's going to be your setup for your proportion. Okay, so what I'm highlighting here throughout the video, and you can go back, rewind, pause as you need to, are just either equations or proportions, the way you can set up your problem. So for this proportion in this question, the sale percentage will always end up to be 100% minus your discount percent. So when you walk into a store, they're usually going to tell you that percent. Okay, so here we have our sale percentage is 100% minus the savings of 40%. Okay, so really we get to pay 60% of it. So there we go. Well, I'll just write 60 over 100. That's the sale percentage. That's what you get to pay, right? And then you've got a sale price, which we don't know what it is. So over X, I'm going to rewrite it over here twice. And then your original price. And the original price is always proportional and side by side with 100 because that's the whole price of the item. So we've got $180, 180. Here we go. We're going to cross multiply. When you do that, your answer will come out to be $108. And less decimals to deal with when you use a proportion if you're not very good at decimals. And this would be the suggestion that I would, or the way and the method that I would suggest. So if you're not good at decimals, I wish I could say just get better at it and practice it, and it would be best. But if you're just not good and you want to maybe just double check an answer, or this is your best method really, because it eliminates a lot of those decimals that you don't have to deal with as much. But there we go. Good luck with the rest of your homework, and we'll see you tomorrow in class. Bye.